In Buckingham Palace's grand halls, whispers of a monumental shift echo as Prince William's journey toward kingship isn't as seamless as many might assume. Behind the polished public image lies a set of hidden fears and a mindset quietly dreading the eventual responsibility of wearing the crown. In what many are calling a calculated and divisive move, Prince Harry has ignited yet another firestorm within the royal family by publicly inviting King Charles and Prince William to attend the 2027 Invictus Games, an event that, controversially, is scheduled to conclude on the same weekend as Queen Camilla's milestone 80th birthday. In the wake of Prince Harry's unexpected and publicly broadcast invitation, a heavy silence has descended over Buckingham Palace. No formal statements, no rebuttals, no acknowledgement, but make no mistake, within the gilded halls of royal power the tension is palpable. The Sussex invitation, revealed first to the press before reaching the hands of its intended recipients, has created more than just a scheduling dilemma. It's exposed the fragility of a fractured family, one in which public gestures are rarely what they seem, and silence often speaks louder than words. And Prince William? He has remained entirely, deliberately, and unshakably silent. According to palace insiders, the Prince of Wales was neither surprised nor moved by his brother's so-called olive branch. One senior aide, speaking anonymously, remarked that William saw it not as a peace offering, but as a trap disguised as diplomacy. The heir to the throne, who has long insisted that private reconciliation must remain precisely that private, views Harry's public overture as a calculated move to shift blame. William doesn't negotiate via headlines, the source said. He's not interested in performance reconciliation. Indeed, William's approach since the Sussex's departure has been marked by stoic consistency. He's refused to publicly comment on Harry's memoir, his interviews, or the Netflix series. Now, faced with a public invitation that places both him and the monarchy under scrutiny, his silence seems resolute. To many observers, it is not avoidance, but a statement of boundaries. He won't be bounced into attending, a royal commentator explained. This is not a military obligation. It's a carefully timed provocation, and William has no interest in playing along. Behind the scenes, however, all eyes are on King Charles, whose response remains uncertain. Unlike William, whose lines are firmly drawn, Charles has always approached his youngest son with a conflicted heart, torn between royal duty and paternal instinct. The king is wrestling with two identities, said royal biographer Penelope Hartley. As a monarch, he cannot appear weak or manipulated. As a father, some advisors are urging him to stay away entirely, especially given the clash with Queen Camilla's 80th birthday celebrations, a sacred milestone in the royal calendar. Others argue that the king's presence, even briefly, could serve as a symbol of unity and dignity, particularly given the Invictus Games' focus on veterans, a cause close to the sovereign's heart. The king has long supported the armed forces. Skipping the games completely could raise difficult questions, one source close to Clarence House admitted, but so would appearing to cave to Harry's tactics. There are whispers that Charles may consider attending the games in the early days, before the public crescendo and media frenzy. A quiet appearance, framed as a gesture to wounded servicemen rather than a response to Harry, would allow him to walk a diplomatic line without giving the impression that he's reuniting the family on Harry's terms. Still, the decision looms heavily. For a monarch navigating the twilight of his reign, every move carries symbolic weight, and the world is watching. Meanwhile, Prince William's silence has become its own statement. While Charles hesitates, William retreats, refusing to dignify what many in the palace see as a carefully orchestrated media maneuver. Those close to the prince suggest that his absence is guaranteed. He won't go, a longtime royal observer said flatly. And if Harry expects his brother to attend after everything, then he's still clinging to a version of the royal family that no longer exists. This family, once bound by duty and tradition, now operates along separate paths. William, ever the statesman, remains focused on his future role and protecting the institution. Charles, carrying the weight of generations, still flirts with reconciliation but fears the cost of compromise. And Harry? He remains in California, issuing invitations, shaping narratives and waiting for a response he may never receive. As preparations for the 2027 Invictus Games continue, one truth becomes clear. This is no longer just about a sports event for veterans. It is a battlefield of legacy, loyalty and leverage. And for now, the silence speaks volumes.